Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is very special because we are talking about Prime Minister Independence Day speech of 2025. From the Red Fort, PM spoke about self-reliant in defense, technology and economy as a major pathway to Viksit Bharat 2047. But instead of giving you long and boring summary, I will explain main highlights in a clear and interesting way. So, we will look at what he said about India's security, a revised tax proposal, power energy sector, and some miscellaneous points, all in simple words that are very easy to understand. So, if you want to quickly know the important points from the speech, stay with me till the end. Starting with defense and security. The first remark of Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Operation Sindoor that Indian armed forces destroyed Pakistan's strategy to terrorize India. Second is said terrorists and land who give shelter to terrorism would be considered as the same. India will remain follow zero tolerance policy. Blackmailing of nuclear threat by neighboring country will be answered accordingly and very actively. Followed by, he also stated that autonomy to armed forces for retaliation to any upcoming challenges. He said about Indus Water Treaty that blood and water will not flow together. That means that treaty will remain suspended. Prime Minister Modi announced a mission Sudarshan Chakra, fully indigenous defense system, which he said that deployed and developed by 2035. Additional on the mission that it will capable of neutralize the enemy's attack along with retaliation of hitting back at the enemy many times more. Mr. Modi speaks about anti-Naxal operations, especially in Chhattisgarh, where he said that the terror corridors had now become green corridors. Further, he highlighted on demographic threat to India, quote unquote, conspiracy to change demographic character of India. For that, Prime Minister mentioned high-powered national demographic mission to tackle illegal immigration, especially in border states like Bengal and Assam. Now, the second important subject of self-reliant in economy. Our Prime Minister announced Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. For that, a new corpus of rupees 1 lakh crore would be created. Under the scheme, one-time grant of rupees 15,000 will be deposited to the first-time employee in private sector as well as other incentives to the private sector. Further, government aim to reduce compliance cost for MSMEs. For your better knowledge, the compliance cost is the cost that bear by any company for legal auditing as well as regulations. Again, the Prime Minister added India already has 6 semiconductor units along with full preparation to set up 4 new semiconductor units. Now listen carefully. Prime Minister proposed next generation GST reforms rolled out by Deepavali 2025. I am giving you a view of current GST slabs on various goods and services along with government's revenue from the same. So 28% of tax slabs account for 11% of the revenue. Similarly, 12% of slab count for 5% of revenue, 5% of tax slab accounts for 7% of revenue, and 18% of GST tax slab for around 67% of the revenue. Concluding all of this, there are tax slabs of 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%, along with compensation cess, some miscellaneous slabs like 0.25% on diamonds and semi-precious stones, 3% on jewelry and precious metals. Now, what was proposed is that 12% would be reduced to 5% and 28% would be reduced to 18%. Top of it, no additional cess levied over and above the GST rates. It means that the current GST rate, the current average GST rate in India is 11.6% will definitely be reduced. Again, no reduction on items like tobacco and gutka that come under 40% of tax slab, along with concessional rate of 1% would apply to items like diamond, silver, semi-precious stones that are currently taxed under 5%. Now come on the third, that is power and energy sector. Mr. Modi spoke about Samudra Manthan, a national deep water exploration mission for independency on oil petroleum energies and to increase India's nuclear power capabilities tenfold. He said that to establish 10 nuclear energy plants by 2047. Apart from that, some miscellaneous remarks by Prime Minister. Prime Minister said women are key drivers of India's growth because from startup to space sectors, from playing fields to armed forces, women plays a very important role. Women are playing very important roles in India's growth. He also mentioned that more than 10 crore self-help groups formed by Indian women. They acquire new identity through Namo Drone Didi, and more than 2 crore women now achieved the status of Lakpati Didi. Additionally, Mr. Modi praises Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla after returning from the space exploration mission successfully. Apart from that, he mentioned that he is stressed about the India's space mission of Gaganyaan. Along with, he also said that more than 300 plus space sector startups are working in India, which is a very commendable thing about India's economic growth, space exploration. I hope you find my video very helpful. So please keep sharing and keep watching my video. Thank you so much.